Hi, we're live now. Namaste everyone. Namaste to all of you. Welcome to Hindi University. As you know, my name is Ashutosh, and we meet every Sunday, 8 a.m. US Pacific time, which is time on the west coast of the US, to learn about the Hindi language. For those of you who are completely new to Hindi University, you can learn more about us by going to our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Hindi University, one word, where you'll find a lot of Hindi related videos from beginners to advanced level, and you can get acclimated to that, right? And if you're interested in joining the live session that we have every Sunday, you can get all the details on our main page, which is tiny.cc/Hindi University, and you will get all the details about the how to join the Sunday class that we have, the time in different zones. Similarly, the books that we've been following, and along with the Sunday classes, we have a lot of practice sessions as well throughout the week, from beginners to advanced level. So you'll be glad to join those practice sessions as well. Well, I'm not there, but you'll get to practice with all your fellow Hindi learners at different levels, and learn from them. Okay. With that being said, as you know, that this year the theme has been like we've been covering the beginners as well as intermediate plus level together, and then we are covering multiple books together. We're covering Pingu Learns Hindi, we're covering Elementary Hindi, which by Professor Richard Delacy and Sudha Joshi. As you know, Richard Delacy is also a Hindi professor at the Harvard University, and he's published many books and research work. And we finished chapter 15th, and today the goal is that we'll be starting with a new chapter called chapter 16 from Elementary Hindi book. Okay, Elementary Hindi by Richard Delacy and Sudha Joshi. The goal of this class is by the end of this class, all of you guys will be comfortable in the topic called subjunctives. Richard Delacy also refers to it as optative. Okay, but don't get too caught up with the word. The main theme that you should be remembering for this class is mood of the verb. Okay, that's what you want to focus on. By now, all of you should be somewhat familiar. At least the expectation for this class is most of you are familiar with the Hindi verbs and also tenses. Those are the two essential things. And then on top of it, once you're familiar with how can you conjugate the verb, and just by saying things in slightly differently, the same sentence can mean different things. So that's the sort of the theme of the class. Okay. With that being said, as you know, the classes are very interactive. So feel free to stop me whenever you guys have any questions, and we'll do the discussion. Okay. So let me start with mood of the verb. So let's start with a simple sentence or simple like sort of a verb and build on it. So let's say we work with the verb called dekhna. Dekhna. One, I know you just recently started attending, but I'm going to still put you on the spot. You know what does it mean? The word dekhna.
To look.
To look. Okay, very good. To look, and or you can also say to watch or to see. Okay, all of them in different ways you can use dekhna. Okay, and if you want to use it like for future indefinite, let's say you want to say I will see. I will see. How will you say that? Do you happen to know the verb? How do you conjugate in future indefinite?
मैं देखूंगी.
Very good, very good. Okay, amazing. So what you've done is you remove the na and you put ungi for yourself. If I am saying it, it'll be मैं देखूंगा, which is I will see or I will watch or I will look. मैं देखूंगा. So far so good, not a problem there, right? But now there's a different form, which is basically what if you remove the ga or gi at the end, and the rest of it becomes मैं देखूं. I'm going to just write you, but it means the same. मैं देखूं or मैं yeah, both of them same thing. मैं देखूं with a nasalized sound. Okay, मैं देखूं. Okay. Now, what does it mean? That is the main question. Okay. The answer is it really depends on how, in which context this thing is being conveyed. Okay, and that's the goal of this class. Okay, if it is a case zero, which is when you're saying मैं देखूंगा or मैं देखूंगी, that means I will watch, and you can say it is like I will watch a movie, मैं movie देखूंगी. Okay, or मैं movie देखूंगा, I will watch a movie. Okay, but now let's talk about case number one, and I'm going to ask you, rather than telling you, I'm going to ask you, what do you think it means? Okay, so you have your case number one. Okay, you want to say that, just like dekho, I'm going to now change it to the word called a jana. Okay, just to kind of play it around. Okay, so if it is jana and you want to change it like this way, Sharmila ji, it would be मैं
देखूं
Okay,
मैं
so this
जाऊं
is जाऊं. Very good. मैं I'm going to just use you here, but it's the same thing. मैं जाऊं. Okay, मैं जाऊंगा. If it is bothering you, you can just say जाऊं. Okay, but it's really ja with u. मैं जाऊं. Okay, um, मैं जाऊं. Okay, so let's say you want to say Sharmila ji, अगले हफ्ते वेकेशंस हैं. Okay, शायद शायद मैं शायद मैं घर जाऊं. शायद मैं घर जाऊं. Okay, what are you implying here? What is the emotion or what is the expression here?
perhaps I may go or I shall go.
Very good, right? So you are saying perhaps. Okay, shayad is perhaps. It is showing a possibility. Very good, very good, right? So it is showing a possibility. You are not certain, but it is possible that you may go, right? So you see, it's a case number one when you want to convey some possibility. Okay, and then when you're saying perhaps I may go, shayad main jaun. Okay, you can use just like perhaps shayad, you can use some other words as well, other shayad, just like that you can say um हो सकता है मैं जाऊं. हो सकता है हो सकता है मैं घर जाऊं. Okay, now you're saying again in the context of अगले हफ्ते हॉलीडेज है, नेक्स्ट वीक्स वी हैव हॉलीडेज, अगले हफ्ते हॉलीडेज है, शायद मैं घर जाऊं, हो सकता है मैं घर जाऊं. यू कैन ऑल्सो से मुमकिन है मैं घर जाऊं. ओके, मुमकिन है मैं घर जाऊं. हियर यू हैव हो सकता है. And all of them, Sharmila ji, as you are saying, all of them are showing possibility. Okay, you are not sure. Okay, but you are um, expressing some sort of a possibility. Okay, just like that, what other sort of, let's say, think about a verb in your mind. So as I'm going through all these cases, I'm going to go through multiple cases now. I want all of you to think about one verb in your mind. Okay, try to say the verb in future indefinite. It could be just like we had मैं देखूंगा, you have मैं देखूं. मैं जाऊंगा, you had मैं जाऊं. Okay, you have बोलना, which is बोलूंगा, so मैं बोलूं. Okay, or it could be for those of you who are singers, it can be just गाना becomes गाऊंगा and then becomes गाऊं. Okay, so you can be like अगले हफ्ते कॉन्सर्ट है. Okay, and what will you say next, Sharmila, Anushka ji? अगले हफ्ते कॉन्सर्ट है.
अगले हफ्ते कॉन्सर्ट में गाऊं.
Very good. शायद मैं
uh,
गाऊं.
uh-huh.
Okay, amazing. Okay, Barbara ji, can you think of a word? So
Allora,
let's say
शायद
yes. So let's say
मैं फिल्म देखो.
very good. शायद मैं फिल्म देखूं. Amazing. Okay, Meeta ji, you want to think about a word?
Yeah. आप समोसे बनाता है शायद मैं खाऊं.
There should be no possibility then. You should be like, मैं खाऊंगी. If there are samosa, you don't want to put it on the table. Okay, awesome. Delia ji, you want to give us some examples?
आना perhaps मैं आऊं.
Very good.
Or
शायद मैं आऊं. Okay, awesome. Sunita ji, one more, and then we'll move to case two. Any word you can think of. Let's say, let's say I'm coming to your hometown to meet is
Milena,
Vilna. Very good. And will meet is
Milungi,
okay, Milungi or Milunga. Now let's say you want to say that this word you want to use it. शायद मैं
मैं आशुतोष मिलूं.
yeah say right, so say मिलना right, so शायद मैं आशुतोष से
से
मिलूं.
मिलूं.
So Milu, awesome. There you go. So in all of them, if you notice, it's a possibility. Okay, there's no surety, but the user or subject is not sure. They are expressing a possibility. Okay. Now, any questions? Anyone? Feel free to raise your hand or ask a question, or if you want to brainstorm, that's fine too.
Yes, Ashiji, just one question. Shayad Mag Jayan, without the Shayad, it still implies possibility.
So, मैं घर जाऊं, it's how you're saying it, right? If you're saying, the question is like, let's say if you don't put shayad there, does it still mean possibility? The answer is yes.
Right. Okay.
Really how you are saying it, मैं घर जाऊं. It's really in the context of the conversation. If you're saying it like without the context, then it may be hard.
Okay.
The user will pay attention to how you're ending the sentence. Okay, are you ending it as a question or are you ending it as a statement? Okay, so as we do the other cases, you will immediately understand what I mean by that. Okay, but if you already told the user that there is a vacation next week or there is something going on or your project is done, right now here, and then you're saying मैं घर जाऊं, they will understand that you are talking about a possibility. Yeah.
Okay. Done, you bud.
Now let's do the next case. Try to pay attention to how I'm saying it, right? Now case number 2 is basically, let's say I come to like some of you are hosting a feast. Okay, I came and I also enjoy the feast with you guys, and everyone is done, people are leaving. Okay, and then I'm also I want to say I'm done as well, and I'm saying क्या मैं जाऊं. Okay, क्या मैं जाऊं और मैं जाऊं. Okay, what do you think I'm implying there? Okay, you can raise your hand. Or Donna ji, what do you think I'm implying there? क्या मैं जाऊं or
you're saying, shall I go or should I go?
okay, shall I go? Okay. Imagine this way for those of you who are finding it difficult. क्या मैं, let's say you want to say क्या मैं स्कॉटलैंड, अगले हफ्ते स्कॉटलैंड में कॉन्फ्रेंस है. There is a conference in Scotland. Okay, क्या मैं स्कॉटलैंड जाऊं? What is the mood there? What is like, just like the first one, it was showing possibility.
Maybe
What
doubt.
happened?
Here is permission. Shall I go? May I go?
Yeah. Yes, and Nandini ji, you're also raising hand.
Yeah, permission. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, very good, right? So this is, you are seeking permission. You are seeking permission. Now go back to the how we started the class. It's still मैं जाऊं. Okay, it's still the verb is still conjugated in such a way that jana is to go, which becomes in future indefinite jaunga, jaungi, and you just remove the ga and ge and gi in the end, right? And case number 1, it was showing possibility, and here the way it is said, you are seeking permission, but still it's the same sentence. Yeah. Also, any question here? Same thing, like अगले हफ्ते एक concert है. You can say शायद मैं, or not शायद, like क्या मैं गाऊं? Okay, in the first one it's a possibility, and the second one you are seeking a permission. क्या मैं गाऊं? Okay, क्या मैं कुछ बोलूं? Like you have a bunch of people are talking about a particular topic, and now one person is a little bit, maybe they're shy or they're thinking, now they're seeking permission, like क्या मैं बोलूं? Shall I say something, right? क्या मैं बोलूं, right? What else can you guys think of where you say the sentence in such a way that it conveys that you are seeking permission? All of you can give it a try and write down in the chat, whether it is Facebook or Zoom chat. Okay, just like क्या मैं जाऊं, what else? Professor Anita, you want to say?
It's a politer way of asking for permission or making a request.
That's right. Can you give an example?
No, nothing comes to mind.
Okay, so let's say, okay, I will come back. Okay, so what about other, like anyone else would like to share?
May cow?
Huh?
May cow?
Very good. क्या मैं खाऊं? Okay, awesome. When will you say that?
Right before dinner.
Right before dinner. Very good, right? मुझे बहुत भूख लग रही है. Like, imagine the situation or the context. Like, JD is like, hungry, JD ji, and then he's like, food is ready, and he's seeking a permission, basically, that, that just want to make sure that everyone is okay, but, क्या मैं खाऊं? Okay, क्या मैं खाना खाऊं? Okay, very good. Okay, awesome. Anyone else? Delacy?
Can I try?
Please.
क्या मैं कोशिश कर सकूं?
Very good, right? So you can, so you can use sakna also, but let's say you just want to conjugate karna, koshish karna.
Oh, so क्या मैं कोशिश करूं?
Very good. क्या मैं कोशिश करूं with an nasalized sound. क्या मैं कोशिश करूं? Or if people are using English also, क्या मैं try करूं? So imagine, like, sometimes we have like this bottle of something, like everybody's trying to open it up, right? And everybody's trying their best to open it up. And it's a pretty good, like, sentence there, like, everybody is tried it, nobody's able to do it, right? And you come, Sharon, you're like, क्या मैं कोशिश करूं to open it up, right? I mean, so that's basically your, asking, seeking a permission there, right? And when you want to try it as well, क्या मैं कोशिश करूं? Okay. Any questions on this one?
Yeah, Ashuji, Mere Sawal hai. So the difference between this and using sakna, is it difference between can I and may I? So it's a little bit more like you're seeking permission from somebody higher up, maybe, in terms of the mood?
So it will be like, in this, if you want to say it like, I can try, which is like मैं कोशिश कर सकता हूँ, मैं कोशिश कर सकती हूँ. Right? I may try. You can say that, but the only thing is, like, how will you conjugate sakun? Like, it could be basically
I was like saying not even to use the subjunctive with sakna. I was just thinking, like, instead of saying kya me just sakti hum, like, can I go versus kya me jaun, like, what's the difference there in terms of mood?
So the mood, I mean, I see. So you will not, if you don't want to conjugate it as subjunctive, if you want to just say क्या मैं कर सकती हूँ, can I versus may I.
Is that the difference? It's just kind of like can I versus may I? So it's like you're a little bit more hesitant, in other words, the second case. Got it.
That's right. So this is like if you don't want to conjugate it, if you just want to say सकती हूँ, क्या मैं try कर सकती हूँ, कोशिश कर सकती हूँ, it's a can basically. Yeah.
धन्यवाद.
Anyone else? So we have done two scenarios right now. Scenario 1 again is possibility. Scenario 2 is you are seeking permission. Okay. Now let's do case number 3. Case number 3. I'm not going to tell you. You have to tell me what is the emotion there. Okay. The third one is you want to say, अगले हफ्ते holidays है. You want to say मेरी इच्छा है कि मैं घर जाऊं. Okay, मेरी इच्छा है, as you know, it's मेरी इच्छा है कि, which is your, what is key here? Conjugation, right? So मेरी इच्छा है कि मैं घर जाऊं. Okay, मेरी इच्छा है कि मैं गाना गाऊं. Okay, मेरी इच्छा है कि मैं बात करूं. Okay, मेरी इच्छा है कि हम गेम खेलें और बोर्ड गेम खेलें. ओके, मेरी इच्छा है कि हम बोर्ड गेम खेलें. ओके, मेरी इच्छा है कि आप खुश रहें. I'm mixing the other scenario, but मेरी इच्छा है कि आप खुश रहें. But what is the mood here? You can write it down, all of you, in the chat if you want, or you can unmute yourself. But what is the mood here? Okay, awesome. Anyone else? Himani ji, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm very well, thank you. Nice to be here again.
Yeah, good to have you. What is ichha?
Ichha is to have a wish.
Very good, right? So it's a wish or a desire. Okay, same sentence. You still know its key is that, like this is your conjunction. मैं घर जाऊं. What is happening here? You said there is a wish or a desire. So what is the first sentence? मेरी इच्छा है कि मैं घर जाऊं.
My wish is to go home.
Very good. मेरी इच्छा है कि मैं गाना गाऊं.
I wish to sing a
Very
song.
good. Yeah. मेरी इच्छा है कि मैं बात करूं.
I would like to speak, to talk.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. The next one. मेरी इच्छा है कि हम गेम खेलें.
I would like us to play a game.
In all of them, you are expressing your wish or your desire. Okay. Again, you're using a subjunctive, or as Professor Richard Delacy and Sudha Joshi, they call it optative, which is the same thing. Optative is a subset of your subjunctive. Okay. It's just like the grammatical concept that is being used. Okay. Any questions on this one? Meri ichha hai. But if now the question could be, as Daniel ji mentioned, what if I don't use this one? What if you don't say meri ichha hai ki? Okay. Then it really becomes how it is being said, in which context it is being said, and you will have to refer or infer from it, like maybe I'm talking about a lot of my desires and wishes, and in that context I said like main gana gaun, right? And then you will understand that you wish you want to sing here. Okay. Any questions?
Ashuji,
Yes.
may I ask that you put a circle around the key? That's the other spelling of key that means that. So I wish that.
That's
It's
right.
like,
Two
right?
keys, right?
Yes.
The small and the bigger
Exactly.
one. Right. So this is not Ron, ki ladki. That's Ron. That's apostrophe S. Right. Ron's daughter is Ron ki ladki. Right. Yeah. Ron ki car. This is like, when you want to combine two sentences, right? This is conjugation. So conjugation is like meri ichha hai, it's one sentence. It's my wish, main ghar jaun, another sentence. If you want to combine both of them, you're using this conjugation that. Yeah. Linda ji, you're thinking, please ask us is it so far we've done 3 cases. Which of them was hard to follow, or all of them were more or less okay?
But are you asking me?
Yeah.
No, I was just wondering why is it like rahen, but that's because I don't know the future tense. So I guess it doesn't end with you if with certain verbs. But I understood what you were explaining there.
So just to kind of like, give you the context, as you know, the verb is jana. Let's say, for example, to go. Even if you don't know the future indefinite, like, the other tenses, right? The present indefinite would be jata, jati, and jate, right? For future indefinite, it's basically nothing but instead of ta, te, ti, it's unga, ungi, and ge. Jaunga, jaungi, and jaunge. So this form is nothing but you're ending the ga, ge, and gi at the end, and you're just using the remaining part of the verb construct, and that's why it's like jaun, खाऊं, बोलूं, करूं, देखूं, right? मेरी इच्छा है कि मैं मूवी देखूं, right? So that's really like देखना is the verb, देखूंगा is will watch, but like, देखूं in the context of like, it's my desire that I watch a movie. मेरी इच्छा है कि हम मूवी देखें, that we watch a movie. Yeah?
Yeah, but then when there is this game Kellen, tai rahen, why do these two end with N and not with U?
Yeah, so when you're saying with hum, the verb is really हम गेम खेलेंगे.
That was the yes, okay, thank you.
Do this part, and then you're left with खेलें.
Thanks.
Yeah, good question. Yeah, हम खेलें. So we've done 3 cases. Okay, any questions, anyone? Yes, Nandini ji.
This Mary Ichahe itself explains the wish. So you can't say Mary Ichahe ki main ghar jaungi. That doesn't make sense. You have to cut off the ungi there.
It's basically, if your desire is there, it's मेरी इच्छा है कि, no, it will
Mega
not make sense.
jaungi. No, it doesn't make sense. Yeah. Okay. So with the Mary Chahe, it'll always be the subjunctive form of the verb. Definitely. Okay. Thank you.
मैं घर जाऊंगी is a little bit more definite. Like I will go home, right? But if you're expressing your desire, right, it ends up being like, मेरी इच्छा है कि मैं घर जाऊं.
धन्यवाद जी.
Kelly ji? Yes.
So just in that first case, you had ho sakte hai and mumkin hai. Do you have to put the agar in front of that? Agar mumkin hai, agar ho sakte hai, or is that just kind of an implied in there?
Not in all of them. It will not put agar. Agar. If I'm mixing, agar possible hai, like, if I'm mixing Hindi and English, then it makes sense. Agar possible hai, right? But it will not fit in all of them. Like, agar, like for example, shayad it will not fit. Agar mumkin hai, you can perhaps use that, not a problem, but it's not going to fit in all of them. Yeah.
But did you have shayad in front of them, or that it was just alone?
That's 3. We had shayad, ho sakta hai, or mumkin hai. 3.
So just ho sakte hai.
Yes.
And mumkin hai is possible.
Yes, you can use agar.
So it's just like an implied that you're asking. Are you asking? Are you saying kya ho sakta hai?
You are basically, first one is not a question. You are saying if possible. If possible, I may go. So you are basically expressing the possibility. So in first one, you're not asking a question. In second one, you're asking a question.
Okay, so you're asking the question without using kya in front of it.
That's right. Three things we've done. Okay, now we'll move to the fourth one. Okay, hopefully everyone is following it. If not, please do ask question. Now case number fourth, which is basically you want to, so this is more of like, just like the way we had key, you want to have so that. Just like key was a conjunction, you have so that. What is so that in Hindi?
इसलिए
Huh?
Taki?
इसलिए
Taki. Just like your key, it becomes taki. Taki, right? So it's nothing but anything that comes after, taki, so that. So let's say you had a sentence before, and anything that comes after that, it becomes your optative form. ताकि मैं घर जाऊं, so that I go home. Okay. मैं पैसे और मैं पैसे सेव कर रहा हूं और रही हूं. I'm just making up a sentence, right? रहा हूं और रही हूं. I'm saving money. Okay. ताकि मैं घर जाऊं, so that I go home. Okay. मैं बहुत मेहनत कर रहा हूं. Okay. I'm working very hard, so that I go home. Okay. Or maybe you can say मैं हिंदी सीख रही हूं ताकि, finish it up, ताकि, who will finish it up? मैं हिंदी सीख रही हूं ताकि, डैनियल जी finish it up. मैं हिंदी सीख रहा हूं ताकि,
मैं, is it मैं खाऊंगी? So मैं खाना खाऊंगी.
okay. So the sentence is, let's say, what do you want to say in the next one? So that,
so I can eat. I'm going home so I can eat.
so in this one, I didn't say the first sentence is not like, if you want to say the new sentence, that's totally fine. But
Sorry.
मैं हिंदी सीख रहा हूं. That's what you're saying.
So that I can live in India.
So to live is?
Rahina.
In future it will be?
Rahingia. Yes.
मैं रहूंगा, right? Now you remove this part.
Rahon.
Very good.
Okay.
ताकि
ठीक है. Taki Delhi Rahon.
Very good. ताकि मैं
Delhi Rahon.
Delhi, and then post position. Which post position?
Rahun.
ताकि मैं दिल्ली में रहूं. Very good. मैं हिंदी सीख रहा हूं और रही हूं, so that, ताकि मैं दिल्ली में रहूं. Okay.
Okay. A long sentence.
Right? It's a long sentence for sure, right? But you know that this is the case number 4th, when you want to have expressions where you want to combine sentences with so that, and anything that is following so that, you can think it's also a wish essentially. But at the same time, the wish is not sort of out of the blue. You are putting some efforts towards it, right? And that's why you're saying मैं हिंदी सीख रहा हूँ और मैं सीख रही हूँ ताकि मैं दिल्ली में रहूँ. Anyone else?
Ashutosh ji, what is the difference between taki and isliye?
So, okay, who would like to answer that? What is the difference between taki, so that, and isliye?
I have no idea.
Anyone else?
So that isliye is that's why, right?
That's why, right? Yeah.
That's why.
Isliye is more causative.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, can you give an example, JDG? That's why.
Well, I mean, isliye is like because of. like K Quran or something.
Yeah, that's right. So इसलिए मैं, for example, इसलिए मैं,
Because of this?
because of this, इसलिए मैं इंडिया गया. Okay, और इसलिए मैं इंडिया जा रही हूँ. Okay, so let's say you want to say, there is a wedding. There is a wedding in January. Okay, that's why इसलिए मैं इंडिया जा रहा हूँ और मैं जा रही हूँ, because of that. Okay, this is different than so that. It's just like in English, right? In English also you will use that's why I'm going home. Okay, you're not saying so that I'm going home.
Ashuji, is that Taki more written and isliye more colloquial? No.
No, so they both are different, right? The use case is different.
Use case is different, but would you generally, when you're speaking, would you use isliye more than Taki as in common usage? Because I don't hear Taki as much as I hear isliye.
Okay, that is.
Or maybe
okay.
I'm wrong.
No. It's a good observation. Like, I mean,
Like you should, people who speak have good vocabulary and good sentences might use Taki, but day-to-day people, like those who have minimal Hindi, don't seem to say Taki.
I mean, Taki is sometimes implied as well, right? So that's why people may omit it. They may not say it explicitly. Like, based on your sentence, like, man, you can skip it as well.
Ji, thanks.
But Anushka ji, is it still clear or still thinking?
No, that's much more clear. It's because the isliye is more something that, as JD so eloquently pointed to, that is caused.
Yes.
And taki is something that may be, so that something may be. So that's why you use subjunctive.
Right. So इसलिए, let's say you want to say इसलिए मैं हिंदी, maybe this will fit. इसलिए मैं हिंदी सीख रही हूँ. Okay. So let's say you want to say that मैं इंडिया में पढ़ाना चाहती हूँ. I want to teach in India. That's why मैं हिंदी सीख रही हूँ.
Oh, that's brilliant observation. That means with isliye, you're not going to use the subjunctive form because it's very clear. Because of this, I'm doing. Is that why it's definite?
Okay. And the second one is मैं हिंदी सीख रही हूँ ताकि, now finish it up Anushka ji. मैं हिंदी सीख रही हूँ ताकि मैं
मैं course parun.
Okay.
I make so that I may parun. It would be so that I may teach a course.
Okay, so you can see, you can conjugate either the padhana, or you can teach, or you can conjugate pada sakna.
Oh,
you can
okay.
do both of them.
Okay.
ताकि मैं पढ़ा
Parun. And then the next one would be para sakun. Para sakun.
Let me write down both of them because you asked a very good question, and maybe when I write it down, it will make more sense to मैं हिंदी okay मैं the first one was like मैं ताकि okay let me write down मैं हिंदी सीख रही हूँ ताकि मैं इंडिया में पढ़ा सकूं. Okay, I'm learning Hindi so that I can teach in India. Okay, and the second one was basically what did I say? इसलिए मैं हिंदी सीख रही हूँ. Okay, मैं इंडिया में पढ़ाना चाहती हूँ इसलिए
Very good. Yeah.
हिंदी सीख रही हूँ. If you look at these two sentences a few times, it'll start making sense to you. Okay, you'll be able to put a framework around it, when to use so that and when to use because of that or that's why. Okay, but I know these are two longer sentences, you know, again, like so but anyone has a difficulty, feel free to ask me. I'll try to dissect it. One, bear with us, you know, this is again slightly intermediate plus, so if it doesn't make sense, don't be worried. Okay, we'll come to this. And anyone else who joined, you know, very recently, you know, don't be worried. Okay, any questions before we jump to a new? I want to practice some more and then we'll do the reading part. Okay, but before that, if there's any question, we can do that. So far we've done 4 cases. There's one more case that I've not done because it doesn't fit into the jana, so I'll do it in a different verb. Okay, so let's do some more practice and then we'll do the reading part. So now let's say I'm going to use a different, so far I was doing the pronoun मैं, but now let's say we do the verb khelna with John. John is the pronoun here. Okay, John. Okay, khelna is to play, as you know. So in the case number 1, I want all of you to write down a sentence that shows the possibility. Okay, shayad, perhaps John, you know, plays there. Okay, Malaji, how will you say that? I know you probably joined slightly late, so in case if you missed it, that's totally okay. Shayad. Okay, Himani ji, you want to try it out?
I can try. I'm not sure. Just maybe John will play.
So that's right. So this is
Shayad
possibility. Huh?
John Healy.
Very good. Shayad John khele. Okay, this is still your case number 1. Shayad John, and you, if you want to say there, you can probably put Shayad John wahan khele. Perhaps John, you know, he plays there. Okay, if it is future indefinite, as you know, would be John khelega. So you did a pretty good job of removing the ga. Okay, shayad John wahan khele. Perhaps, you know, John plays there. You can remove shayad with just like the other 2 sentences. हो सकता है John वहाँ खेले और मुमकिन है कि John वहाँ खेले. Okay, now let's do case number 2. Seeking permission. Let's say you are John's mentor or a coach. Okay, you want to seek permission. Who would like to try this one? I'm going to make it easy for you. आपकी permission हो तो, if you permit, case number 2, seeking permission. आपकी permission हो तो, शर्मिला जी,
तो मैं घर जाऊं.
Okay, just like that. आपकी permission हो तो,
तो मैं
your sentence is still the same.
हाँ.
You're still talking about John.
So,
You're still asking for Johns to play there.
अच्छा, तो आपकी परमिशन हो तो जॉन केले वहाँ केले.
It's exactly same thing basically. Okay, but you see the same sentence has 2 different meaning. In the first one it was a possibility. In the second one is you are seeking permission, but it's exactly same sentence. You're just playing around with the words. You don't have to say this also, you don't have to say this one. It's just like how you're saying it. Okay. Now case number 3. What was case number 3? Who remembers case number 3? First was possibility, second was seeking permission. What was the third one?
Wish or desire.
Yes, wish or desire. How will you say that, Nandini ji? You can say मेरी इच्छा है.
मेरी इच्छा है कि जॉन वहां खेले.
Very good. मेरी इच्छा है कि जॉन वहां खेले. Okay, it's just like you're watching your favorite sport, and there's a team of certain number of people, and you're like, it's my desire that this person plays this game, right? Same sentence, okay, but it has a different emotion, mood there. Okay, now case number 4. Case number 4 was, remember, so that. It's key, now it's taki. Taki, let me make it easy for you. Taki John wahan khele. Wahan khele. What is the first part? You can write it down. Let's say Nandini ji. Taki John wahan khele.
वहाँ बहुत एरिया है ताकि जॉन वहाँ खेले. I don't know. There's a lot of space there so that John can play there. वहाँ बहुत वहाँ बड़ा मैदान है ताकि जॉन वहाँ खेले.
Or let's say you want to say John is working very hard so that
जॉन बहुत मेहनत करता है ताकि.
Very good, right? So John is working hard. John बहुत
मेहनत
कर
रहा है. Oh, it can't be करता है.
Yeah, it's okay. It's the same thing. John बहुत मेहनत कर रहा है so that he plays there. So this is also like an extension of the desire, but this is not, the desire has some sort of backing behind it, right? And you are saying it, John is working hard so that he plays there, ताकि वो वहाँ खेले. Okay. Now there's one more case that didn't fit in the previous sentences because it was not going well with the pronoun मैं and then jana. Okay. Now if you want to give a command to someone, okay, if I want to give a command to someone but not directly, through a different person.
Oh, Ashuji, I'm so sorry. Can I ask one question before you move on to that, on the case 4 that you just did? If you have in that taki, is it subjunctive there because it's an unknown? If his hard work is going to result in him playing, is that why the subjunctive is there?
That is true, right? Taki, taki wo khele, taki wahan khele, right?
Like if you had another example, I was thinking of like, kya aapke paas ek ball hai taki John wahan, khele. You see what I'm saying? Like, do you have a ball? It's like an unknown thing, so that John can.
No, so the other sentence you're saying is like, are you thinking like कि आपके पास एक बॉल है ताकि जॉन वहां खेले?
Yeah, I mean, just like it's because it's an unknown. So I'm just wondering if, because this last one that you have up there doesn't look so much like an unknown, just as that John's working hard. It doesn't seem more positive.
It could be, Heliji, if it's a team that he may or may not get selected. He's working hard towards it.
That makes sense. Right. So there's still some sense of you don't know for sure there.
Yeah, the sentence that you mentioned, KVG, they are two totally distinct sentences, right? I mean, they're not so somewhat related, right? I mean, but here it's still, the theme is like he's working hard so that something happens.
Right. But yeah, that makes sense about the team, right? It's not like a sure thing. Yeah.
May or may not happen, right? I mean, yeah.
Yep. Dhanyavad.
Now the next one, as I said, like you want to give case number 5, you want to give a command. Like typically, when you give a command, you can use imperative, game khelo, okay, or wahan jao, okay, or wahan jaiye, or wahan jaiyega, or wahan ja, right? Typically we use imperative, but there it's based on how much you respect you want to give to the person, right? I mean, if you want to give very polite, game kheliega, versus totally like impolite, game khel, right? But this is still a direct command, you and the person. But let's say you want to give a command, but through someone else. Now that concept may sound a little bit weird, but like, what do you mean by giving command by like? So let me write it down. So giving command via a different party or third person. In that case, also you can use this form, okay? In which basically John ko bolo कि वहां खेले. Okay, in this case what is happening is like, let's say Kelly G and I, we both are very good friends, we are, okay, and let's say, you know, John is also a good friend, okay, and I'm not giving the command directly to John. I'm just telling Kelly, because Kelly, maybe, you know, right now John is in the prox, like I'm watching it on the TV and Kelly G is live standing there. Okay, John cannot attend my phone call because he's playing or he's in the waiting area, and I'm calling Kelly Ji. Kelly Ji, John ko bolo ki wahan khele. Okay, so I'm giving a command, but I'm doing it through Kelly. Okay, John ko bolo ki wahan khele. Mummy ko bolo ki khana banaye. Like, you know, I'm telling not to my mom, I'm telling it to, let's say, someone else. माँ को बोलो कि आज bread pakoda बनाए. Okay, or dosa बनाए. Okay, through a third party. Okay, this case may confuse some people, because this, you know, notion of giving a command to a different person, you know, why don't I hear from some of you just to kind of hear how it is resonating? Like, let's say you give a command, to a different person. Himani ji, you want to try it out? Let's say you want to tell Ashu, you want to tell Ashu to speak slowly.
Oh, that's tricky. Uh, so, are we first? I have to decide if we are tum or up. Is that right?
Say one more time.
First, I have to decide if you and I are tum or up.
No. So you are just telling it to, let's say you are telling this thing to Kelly, or let's say you are telling this thing to Sunita ji.
Okay.
Tell us to speak slowly. So just like John ko bolo, you would say.
Ashu ko bolo कि धीरे धीरे बोले.
Very good. धीरे धीरे बोले. आशु को बोलो कि धीरे धीरे बोले. Okay, you could perhaps give this command to me directly also. Okay, but the situation is that you know, you want to tell it to, you know, to someone. आशु को बोलो कि धीरे धीरे बोले. Yeah.
How would I say it directly?
Okay, if you're saying it directly, you will use imperatives. Okay, Ashu ji, either you can say Ashu ji धीरे बोलो, or धीरे बोल, धीरे बोलिए, or धीरे बोलिएगा. So, you know, those are different, slightly different form of the verbs, but because right now we are playing around with the subjunctive, which is also known as the optative, right? Yeah. And how the same thing can mean different things, and how the same sentence can be, you know, used in different ways, right? So it can be used, or it is used to give a command through a third person.
So yes, when I say it directly, then I have to know if we are tum or ap or tu.
Yes.
But in this subjunctive way, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. That's right.
Okay. Thank you.
That's right. I see your confusion now that you need to know the tum and ap. Yes, Linda ji.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, in this case, will the verb always end with e? Like khele, bole?
That's right. That's right. That's right. Because like, you know, कि आशु को बोलो कि वहाँ खेले, वहाँ जाए, you know, that's right. Because you're giving a command to the verb is like कि वह, it's really the वह, right? You're referring to if it is वे वहाँ जाएं. आशु को बोलो कि वहाँ खेलें. That's a different thing. So if it is, you know, if it is a singular, masculine singular or feminine singular, it's a. If it is a plural, then there's a nasalized sound there. Because it's a group of people you're addressing. Just like हम वहाँ खेलेंगे और वे वहाँ खेलेंगे. Okay. In that case would be उनको बोलो, tell them, उनको बोलो कि शोर ना मचाएं. Tell them, okay, tell them to not, you know, make a you know huge noise or loud noise. Here's an example, okay. Principal of a school, you know, and there are many classes. The principal cannot go and make announcement for each class, okay. So she can give a command to, let's say, a teacher, okay. Class number 4 को बोलो, this is the head teacher of a particular class. तुम्हारी क्लास और आपकी क्लास को बोलो कि शोर ना मचाए. So she is giving a command, but through a teacher, not directly. Yes, Anita ji.
It is very similar to how the subjunctive works in French, but I would have put the other subject pronoun in there. Is it wrong to say qui vaut dire voler? Because in you could leave it in there.
You can leave it there. Yes, you can leave it. Yeah, totally.
And the other question I had with the taki before, because it's a conjunction and there are certain conjunctions in French that demand to be followed by the subjunctive, regardless really what the situation is. Could it be that taki is just, it has to be followed by the subjunctive, regardless of what the implication really is? Or can you think of a sentence where taki is followed by the indicative, not the subjunctive?
Pretty good question. I have to think about this one, but most of them, most of the taki I've seen are followed by subjunctive. But it's a pretty good question. Like before I make a generic rule, let me.
Okay.
How is it in French? Is it like regardless of it, it's always?
Yes. Certain conjunctions must be followed by the subjunctive, regardless of the situation. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Anyone else?
Ashuji, I have a question. Is that okay?
Yeah.
If I'm going to tell Kellyji the same thing, asking you to speak slowly, if I have to say Kellyji, Ashuji se boliye ki dire bole. You know, if you want to give respect to.
So there, that's why you, because like aap, you are saying in a context, you're saying aap without saying aap.
Yeah.
Aap bolenge versus aap bole. That's right. You can say that. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Was there a question or you are just sharing?
No, I was just asking whether you can say bole or bole as in being respectful there. Yeah.
Being respectful, yeah, there's a nasalized.
Depending upon how you use the ashuji, depending upon that, then you will change. And the bowler, the first bowler also boliye. If I'm saying Kellyji, ashuji se boliye ki dire bole.
That's right.
Okay, thank you. I understood.
Anyone else? I know we are short on time, so we'll skip the reading today and we'll do some announcements. But if there are any questions.
The last thing, Ashuji, is that this is the going versus a third person, but a direct command, right? Me chahati hun ki aap diri diri bole. Like that's subjunctive also, right? If you give a direct.
That's your desire. Main chahti hun.
Right.
So that's basically, you know, it's,
like if it's followed by, I'm thinking of Spanish too, like about if anytime you have like, you know, I want that you do something, you know, it's my desire that you do something. That's going to be subjunctive also, right?
That is correct. But we're fitting that into the desire section, like, you know, how you have the possibility, seeking permission, and your desire or a wish. Case number 3. So what you're describing right now is case number 3.
The mere shahed. Then you would have and I hope that also, right? Yeah, okay.
That's right. मेरी इच्छा है या मेरी desire है या मैं चाहती हूँ. That's your case number 3. Yeah.
Dhanyavad.
Anyone else?
I just wanted to say that the example that Delia put in the chat for the plural is very good.
Just read it out loud. Delacy, why don't you do that? Amazing. I didn't get a chance to. Yes, Delacy.
I said बच्चों को बोलो कि अपने कमरे साफ करें.
बच्चों को बोलो कि अपने कमरे साफ करें. Very good. And what are you saying there?
I'm telling my husband, tell the kids they should clean up their room.
Very good, right? So giving command through, like,
Mm.
so and if you are doing it yourself, there'll be sort of consequences, right? Okay, awesome. Anyone else? Okay, awesome. So we'll skip the reading because in the interest of time. So as you all know, like we are a few weeks away from, like, starting a new year, right? And just like this year, which we had so many practice sessions, like unbelievable. Who would have thought, like, we will have 10 plus dedicated practice sessions throughout the year, okay? And just like this year, next year we'll have many more exciting, themes and practice sessions. So in case if any of you are interested, like, you don't need to be a teacher, you don't need to be a trained professional, as long as you can commit some time and you have some discipline of doing just a practice session where like-minded people can come together and engage in a particular topic. Like, we'll glad to help you as well, but this is just like if any of you who've been with us or even just started recently, but you want to like bring people together and do the practice at the time that is convenient to at your time zone, because that way I'm sure there are more people may not be able to attend the Sunday classes at this time because it's midnight in Singapore, or like or 4 a.m. in Australia, right? I mean, in the New Zealand area, right? So this is just like an announcement. If anyone is interested in hosting the practice sessions, please reach out to any of us, and we'll get you situated there. Okay. Eliji, you want to add anything else?
No, just that it's a great opportunity for in January that there's going to be a new session for Usha Jain Intro to Hindi Grammar with Donna G. It's going to be starting. So it'll be starting from page 1, and the same thing for Advanced Hindi Grammar with Anita G. And we have some advanced reading with Vidya G. So it's in addition to everything already on the schedule, we have 3 new ones coming up. And I just want to emphasize what Ashuji said. You don't even have to prepare anything. If you just are saying, I really want to chat with someone, you can set up a practice session in your time zone and just invite people in, and you can practice speaking or practice reading. Don't have to do a lot of work. Some people are doing a lot of work, but you don't have to